Business dinner is coming up. You got your nice outfit on, polished your elevator pitch, brainstormed topics for small talk. Still dreading going? I'd bet etiquette expert Micah Meyer of Beaumont Etiquette can spark your enthusiasm.
We're going to learn the basics of business dining etiquette.
Soft skills are in high demand on the job market these days, after all, and they account for 85% of your job success.
It's so important to master business dining etiquette because it's really giving you confidence at a restaurant, so you can focus on the business deal at hand and not being paranoid about which knife and fork to pick up. The moment you arrive to a restaurant, the first thing you do is put the napkin in your lap. You take the napkin and you unfold it completely, and then refold it in half so that there's a crease. The next thing you do is put the crease so it faces towards you in your lap. Then, when you need to wipe your mouth, you don't wipe, but you instead dab. You open the napkin and you dab your mouth in the inside of the napkin so all the stains stay contained inside. When you want to signify to your server that you're going to the bathroom, but you're coming back, then you pinch the napkin in the middle and you leave it in your chair. At the end of a meal, you pinch it in the middle again and you just leave it to where the fork used to be. When you're at a restaurant, you'll see a typical place setting has the knife on the right, the fork on the left, and then all of the beverages essentially above the knives or to the right of the knives. You can remember that the blade faces the plate because if it faces outside, it's a sign of aggression to your neighbor. This table setting would be set for 2 courses. When you're picking up your silverware, you start from the outside pieces and you work your way in. So in this case, we'd pick up this fork and this knife. To hold your silverware correctly, you put your index out, and then with all the other fingers underneath, you turn the pieces of silverware. The prongs are facing down. When you're ready to take a break, you simply rest your cutlery so that it's an upside down V. Note the prongs are still facing down. At the end of a meal, move your cutlery so that the fork prongs now are up, the blade is still facing in, and if this were a clock, the handles are at 4 o'clock. Let's talk about beverages. So if there's a glass, you just hold it like this. Remember, no monster grabs. If you have a glass that has a stem, you hold it by the stem. It doesn't matter if it's wine or even orange juice. Remember, you want to use a minimum of 3 fingers, your thumb, your index, and your middle. If you want, you can even add a 4th or a 5th, pending the weight of the glass. If you're not drinking, you just simply put your hand over the glass to signal that you don't want to refill. With coffee and tea, remember that the handle faces 3 o'clock, unless you're left-handed, in which case you would move it to 9 o'clock. When you're stirring your coffee or tea, you don't ever stir clockwise or counterclockwise, but instead, you just go 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. To hold a coffee cup, it's just loop and thumb. A teacup is pinch and support with your middle finger.
Wait, so how do I find time to ask for a raise in the midst of following all these rules?
Remember, if you want to ask for a raise in the middle of your business lunch, everything here is about timing. Wait until the person's had at least 1 course, maybe a glass of wine, and good luck.
Thanks for the advice, Micah.
The pleasure was mine.